Hey everybody, how y'all are? Whoa, look at that mug. Okay, so there we go. Hey everybody, how y'all are? Whoa, look at that mug. Oh, you
Okay,
know
so
what?
there we go.
I forgot to mute myself. But that ain't good. No, I want that. Now I need my chat box up. Okay, hey everybody, how y'all are? Uh, boy, I'll tell you what, I'm not ready for nothing. We got a whole bunch of stuff that's going on today, and some crazy stuff. I am going to be doing a lot of cutting, so it's going to be a noisy one. And I'll show you why in just a second. I gotta make a little room here. We're a little tight in shop right now because I got everything moved out of the way. I don't know if you remember me talking about in the beginning or a while back. I had in the background. I had a bunch of stuff going on that was sitting on this door frame, this door, and that I set on a couple of 2x4s. Well, I took that down and I went and moved it around. So now my shop looks kind of crazy. I'm gonna give you a little inkling of what I got here. Uh, let me show you. That's what my workbench and all the stuff. We'll just kind of pan around a little bit. I put a lot of stuff in the store into little storage boxes and piled up some of the stuff that I use a little bit more often, where I can get at it. But the reason why there's a lot of room here though in the middle, and the reason why is because, like I said, I got rid of uh, that door and I turned it into a cabinet. Well, kind of a cabinet to hold our chemicals and stuff. I figured that might not be a bad deal for. Let me pop this out here so I can see what I'm doing. Maybe. Uh, so this way, okay. Let me get this straight here. No such thing as getting it straight. So anyway, this way we got storage. I can got a whole lot of stuff off the floor by doing that. Because most of the stuff that was on the floor was chemicals. We also added a a new camera, and we used it yesterday or last night when Jan was streaming. And now it's messing with me. Maybe the light. Maybe where it's at. Don't know yet. Okay, I'm gonna flip it over, and it's giving me a little bit of grief. So I'll cut it over, and let's see if I can get this straightened out here. Uh, all right. I think I got disconnected in the move. I'm not sure now. Well, what the heck? There we go. It got confused. It got corn fused. So anyway, it's kind of like that one's kind of like an overhead cam. So I can actually get my stuff oriented here and get it aimed right. A little crooked. But you can get a better shot. Maybe, hopefully. Of the saw working. Or not. Who knows nowadays? Alright, there we go. So, what I'm doing, well, I really don't know what I'm doing. But that's normal, isn't it? Actually, what I'm doing today is I'm going to make a lot of noise. And I'm going to cut out a bunch of 1x2s for, I'm going to make like a cabinet to hold all my 18-volt stuff. So I figure I'm going to make it about 30. I'm actually going to make it 5 foot tall. And let's get some cameras here. Okay. I'm going to make it 5 foot tall. And the last one's going to be about as tall as a workbench, and that'll be our cabinet underneath it. And up above it, I'm going to put some French cleats on it so I can hang. I'm going to make some like slots and stuff like that to hold the stuff that I use the most. The useless or the mostest. So okay, so that's a big fill-in. Now, I rearranged the cables. Oh, you know what else I did? I need to tell you that too. Okay, let's go back. Let's go back. Okay. Oh, man. Okay, so I also ran some power. So now I have a heavy-duty dedicated power line that's here that runs to the table saw. It's kind of like devoid of everything else, but I still can tap into it. So when I'm working around here, I can use shorter cables, and I don't have as many power cords laying around on the floor, although now I got video camera cables. And then I also dedicated a power source that's got surge protection and all that kind of stuff dedicated to the computer. So this way, it is separate from everything else. So for me to lose stream while I'm working in here and popping a fuse or something, I have to blow the main fuse and not the little stuff. So we got that straightened out. And I decided to make a permanent home for the kiosk, which is there. And we're going to look at some other alternative to get Jan streaming. She's got a pretty hot laptop that I think we'll be able to run for what she does. I just have to figure out a way now to get the cameras and stuff hooked up to it. But that's the easy part. So that's all the new and improved stuff. And I got that buzzbait walker or whatever it is. Boy, that's a lousy angle, ain't it? How about this? That a little bit better? Yeah. That looks pretty good. So we'll come back over here. This way we got Man, all kinds of ways of seeing my ugly mug. Hey. So how's the sound? I hope it's okay. I see I got people that are following me and hosting with the mosting, I think. I've done a whole lot of stuff to the software and adjustments and stuff, and this is actually probably the first stream that I have run that's the actually using it. One of the things that I did off stream, actually just now, was I ripped out 4 corner posts, which are actually 2x2s, and those will be holding it up. That's 5 foot. I figure that's tall enough. I put a top on it, and that'd be like, you know, around 2 foot of space to hang stuff on. If not, then I just put a top on it, maybe put an attic or something on it. Now, because I use them so much, I'm going to cut out a bunch of 1x2s out of what's left of my 2x stock, which that's it. That's all I got. And I'm going to rip all that down. I'm going to use that to edge band the 3/4 inch plywood and the edge band, you know, I just use it for all basic other kind of stuff. I got a few 1x4s that I'm gonna probably use that for the French cleats. Although I ain't guaranteeing nothing. I'm trying to get you a better angle. Since it's summertime and it's not raining, I can come all the way out here. And there's a pretty good shot. Hey Iggy, how you doing? I haven't been on that long, 15, 20 minutes, if that long. And most of it was all filling in on what's going on. Hey, I hope you're not wearing headphones. Pretty good so far. Of course, you should know that. You've been checking up on me. Oh well. Anyway, come on. I'm gonna go ahead and make some noise. So let me know if it's real loud. Nope in the shop. Never too loud in the shop, right? One of my favorite tools that I use is this guy. It's a very safe tool. Did you? Oh yeah? Cool. So you got it like sliding across, huh? That's cool. Segmented bowls are really neat. They're fun to make. Fun to make. Jan likes that stuff. Maybe one of these days I'll sweet talk her into getting one of them lazy things. Of course, I'm going to have to make a whole lot of furniture to be able to pay for that stuff. I'm starting to like that Stream Talker. That don't look like 3/4 of an inch. It's 3/8 of an inch. Whoops! Ugh. Oops. I know what I did. I originally thought about making my pieces 1/2 inch. This way I wouldn't use as much lumber. But I'm starting to think that 3/4 of an inch would be a little bit more standard. And this way, if I have any left over, it's a little bit easier to use. I got all kinds of 5/8 and real funky sizes left over. It's hard to get anything together enough that I can get stuff together and working. And of course, I was yesterday. I changed over and put my good Diablo blade in because that other blade I was using just wasn't cutting. And I was trying real hard. There's another part I'm going to have to get. I was trying real hard to get to run it through kind of clear and clean. I made sure that there was nothing in that, no metal or nothing like that in that door. I'm cutting through the middle of it, and there's a bolt sitting in it. Almost like they had bolted 2 pieces of board together or something. And that metal hit that brand new Diablo blade. And it's still cutting, but boy, it's having a hard time. I think I just totaled out a blade on one pass. You know what? I went the wrong way. Did you see how the green stuff come flying out? Well, let's take a look. Oh, that's nice. That's real nice. Did you buy the jig handles? Because those are really cool. They came out real good. So you just unbolt all the hold down pieces, huh? And then go ahead and saw and then do whatever you have to do for sawing, huh? That's nice. I like that. That makes good work out of that. Yeah, I like that. That jig will help you out a lot, man. Makes it a lot safer. Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. And that's good because that way you can make everything repeatable. And you got all the exact angles and everything. This way, if you're making some kind of crazy bowl, boy, I hope I don't cut that thing again. I may have to actually break down and order some parts. But I'm not the only one that does that. I was watching, I want to say it was a YouTube. May not have been. I was watching somebody, and they pulled out a gripper and started cutting with it. Man, you saw all the green stuff just a flying. It's like, yeah, I know what he hit. I got a bunch of these I gotta make. These are gonna end up being cut down, and I'm gonna edge band the plywood, and come on. I'm going to edge band the plywood so this way it's, one, it looks prettier. Two, it's got that little edge on it, so this way if I have to roll around. Really? That's good. I'm glad to hear that. Because that was a lot of work. I'm just trying to figure out, did you use some kind of Mylar or something like that on there? That's too small. I thought I had a cutoff on this. Yeah. Forgot to pull a staple. On that silver stuff that was on the inside, did you use Mylar on that, or was that just some kind of foil? Oh, okay. All right, that makes sense. That sounds kind of cool. I saw it, I saw when you made it and everything like that, and it looked really nice. And I would think that it would work. And the other thing is, it's kind of a slow thing. So this way you're not super drying them, you know what I mean? All right. 200 more times. And we'll have this part done. Then I gotta go dig out, because I forgot to. Yeah. Yeah, bigger bubble increase the heat. I wonder if you used one of those, a GFC or whatever it is, lamps, because they put out a lot of heat. The bulb itself doesn't, but the transformer and stuff that's on the inside does, and it's a lot less. Yeah. Jan doesn't like it, but it sure. Yeah, she likes to read the screen. Especially with using this table saw, I don't like to have my eyes, I don't want to look away from it. So that's all it takes for something to take off on it. I had a big bonfire going over here yesterday. We could have hung around and sang Kumbaya or something. I got so much scrap. Yeah. That's very true. And there are times, I'll get into this, especially if I'm doing resawing and stuff like that. I'll just shut up, because it takes so much concentration. Yeah. I get a lot of scrap. That big old pile behind me is mostly scrap. But anything that's, if it's 6 inches or bigger, even some of the smaller stuff, I end up using for something. But most of my scrap is all like little 1/2-inch pieces. And boy, I'll tell you what, those things burn fast. They burn hot and fast. So I can go through, like yesterday, I went through half of my burn can, but I needed to burn some of it up because I didn't have any room for anything. So I always carry a spare. Yeah, I might have to put a new saw blade on my Christmas list. This one does okay till it hits a knot. And people say that yellow pine is softwood. Not when you hit them knots, boy. And it doesn't take long. The longer it sits, the tougher it gets. Some of that old yellow pine that you find in a lot of old houses, that was all they used for studding. And, man, that's some tough stuff. My dad always, I inherited this deal from my dad. I guess that's being cheap. Whenever he bought anything, it was always like a 2x4 or 2x10 or something like that. And he cut all his own 1x2s. I missed that one. Oh, that's that, it's wireless. It's a Turtle Beach Air Force PX3. We bought that off a refurb site for like 1/3 the price of what they were when they were new. I'll tell you what, you want to find a good price on something, you talk to Jan. She's usually real good at finding the money here. She will shop it till it's dead. Very dead. But we came across some pretty good stuff. What's nice about this, I blew a knot out. Oh, hey, it's the second part of the No Two Dogs Barking Workshop. I didn't even get a chance to show off what you were doing. She's being artistic today. Hey, how you doing, Ichabod? How you doing? See, every time you come here, I'm either cutting or doing logging. I'm either cutting lumber or doing laundry. I'm sure this is going to... I'm probably going to stream tomorrow for a while. How you doing, Ichabod? I think I said hi, but I'm not sure. You know what? Ugh. Sometimes this guy talks in my ear with a stutter. That's right. That's right. Today's actually wood. It's a dusty Sunday. Tomorrow's going to be dusty too, because I've got oh, sorry. I got to get this done before I can do anything. Let me show you what we did with the shop. I don't have a picture. I've got quite a few more of these to make yet. I don't have a picture of it. Let me go to the cruise camera here. Uh, where's it at? There it is. Okay. Really? It's quiet going through there? There's a good mic. Oh, it's a
What is it? What headset is it?
it's a Turtle Beach E-Force PX3. I don't think they make them anymore. But the microphone is the same that's on their next low-end wireless one too. Well, at least the last time there was. Okay, so here we go. We're going to show the shop. There's all my wood. There's most of my shop. It's in storage. Because if you remember previous pictures, I had this door that was sitting on uh, sawhorses that were that was taking up space, and it just scrap was piling up. I couldn't find nothing, so I got mad and I took it apart and I made some room. You can see there's more room here to walk in, and as you can see, there's a reason why tomorrow's not going to be No Dust Monday because it's a little buried. But I took that door, and what I did was I cut it up and I turned it into a shelving unit on wheels, and that's where we're putting all our chemicals because I don't use a whole lot of chemicals. Well, yeah, I guess I do. Anyway, so that opened up all this area over here that was filled in so I can park my stuff. The thing is I will move some of that stuff out and run cabinets along the back end so I increase my storage capabilities. And then I got a home for the kiosk finally. And we've decided that this is going to be a permanent home because it's such a pain in the butt moving that thing. I mean, it's on wheels and everything, and it moves good, but it's just kind of like hard getting back and forth. And more of it's because of the size and the crappy wheels I bought. But I also ran new power. So now that's a dedicated big high voltage or amperage break apart plug unit, whatever I want to call it. And then I put a dedicated one with surge protection down for the kiosk. So now, if the only way that the stream unit can go down is if I pop a fuse that feeds the garage. Otherwise, I'm good. If by separating the table saw from all the other little circuitry that I got running around over here, like for lights and all that kind of stuff, it should cut down on my popping that. I got another couple of these that are in the back, those small ones, and they got a circuit breaker, and every once in a while I'll pop one of those. So hopefully I won't be popping the power as often. And then gee, I don't know what else. Oh. I've been a busy little boy, not streaming. That's because Jan was streaming. Now Jan can't stream until I get her stuff going. I don't know if you can see how well you can see that. I changed my locks that I had on the kiosk. You know what? Excuse my armpits here. Let's go in a little bit. Well, that ain't it. Come on. of course I do this while I can't see it. Okay, seen a little bit. Let me see if I can get this down a little bit closer. Okay, so what I used to have them bars that went across, and they wouldn't lock in right. They're hard to get situated and stuff. So I got to fill some holes yet. But it's a shop piece, so it don't matter. But I'm using uh, hinges for old sash doors, not doors for old sash windows. And what I do is they pull in, and they also put pressure to ensure that this is closed tight, which gives me a little bit better seal. It's not as important in the front because I don't have the seals in it, although I'm probably going to end up putting them in there. But it is a big difference on the other one, because the back end I use pool noodles as yeah, that come out good. It sealed good. I like the way that worked. And I don't know what else. Uh, I think Jan's got some stuff to show you. Hang on a second. She's been doing stuff outside. Uh, do the old home week while I figure out what else I gotta cut. Hey, you want? Yeah, you want to show some stuff off? Here, because I know they're going to be asking you questions. You could stand in there out of the sun. Of course, you know what? Hey, Amy, say something. Drive her nuts. Okay, you got there. This camera. Is that here? Let me go ahead and put them all up. Okay.
So, this is what I've been up to today. I bought this little frog stand from a garage sale probably about 10, 15 years ago. And he was pretty faded out, so I decided to go ahead and I don't know if you can see him or not.
No,
Thank you. And anyways, it's a plant. It holds plants. So we got some Oops paint over at uh, one of the big box stores for like 50 cents. So I said, well, since I got some green, let's redo the frog. So that's what we did. We redid the frog. And then I added a few touches, like I painted his eyeballs so he looks like he really has eyes. And give some color to the flower. And now he's going to go back in my gnome garden with the pot sitting on top of him. So this is what I do in my spare time. And I went ahead and painted the back because it had never been painted before, and it was starting to show some signs of rust and aging. So I can help out with the frog's aging, not mine, but anyways, I can help out with his. Other than that, it's just been a day of clear coating stuff. Try to get in here where I can actually see what's going on. Thank you, Ignacio. I had fun doing it. I saw it one day and it was like, man, that thing really looks bad. And I have no idea where these cameras are at, so if you hear a voice from beyond, it's me. This is what we do on the weekends. We kind of sit around and figure out all the projects that we need to do, and then I line them all out and I paint my stuff, and Jim comes out here and plays in the garage. I'm pretty proud of his clamp rack. He says it doesn't look right, but I tell you what, after getting bombarded with the clamps trying to get a battery so I could do the yard work. I decided it was time. When I said it was time, he decided that he better do it.
Yeah, we paid like $500,000 to get a battery charger.
Right?
My 18-volt blew up. I went to look at a new. Tell them the story about the guy at Home Depot wanting to sell me rigid stuff.
Yesterday we were at Home Depot and we were trying to find a new drill because some of the ones that Jim has are old enough that they actually are still blue rather than green. And so, anyways, we're at the home store and um, we asked them, do they carry one without the battery, just the shell? Like you can buy a vacuum cleaner without the battery, you can buy other pieces without batteries because, we only have like 12 or 14 batteries. And he immediately started to try to get us to buy rigid. And it's like, no, we have 14 Ryobi batteries. We're not going to switch to rigid. And he didn't seem to understand that, hey, it wasn't the battery that was the issue. It's the fact that we really don't need more battery chargers and more batteries. We just need the equipment.
Yeah, we just bought battery charger. Where's that? I didn't even plug it in yet. Again. Yeah, I'm gonna have to make the lumber run.
Hey, welcome.
Who's that?
Well, let me turn you back over to Jim, and I'll step out of his stream, and you guys can continue the workshop.
Oh, I'm sitting here doing all these funny faces and they can't see me.
Camera.
Yeah, you can move my camera. I don't care. Good camera moving. Hey, how you doing, Pete? OMG. Pete says hi. Jan says hi back. And now I'm rearranging again. Okay, so I don't know. I think he left. I don't know if he came back or not. Yeah. Okay. So I got to have 4 per shell. I got at least 3 shells. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I got enough of those. So now I'm gonna have to cut these down more to fit them all in. Now I have got to go digging out some plywood. That's alright. I am going to be making a cabinet to hold all of my 18-volt stuff and the stuff that's with it. And the guys have seen this already, and I know you have, but hey, I got to show Pete. Hey, Pete, do you remember back when I was showing pictures of that door that I had all the crap packed up on? Well, I got rid of that. And now I have it all over my shop. So I've got to get rid of it. But I did get most everything up off the floor because I made that turn that door into a shelf. And I got all of our paints and stuff that were laying all up under the floor and everything like that and underneath out of there. The clamp rack helped a lot. I got all my glue and stuff in there. I'm getting a little bit more organized as I go along. And then I put a permanent home for my kiosk. I got a permanent home now. And I reran some power So this way I got a little bit more dedicated line towards the for the power saw and stuff. And then maybe I can do this by hand. No, well maybe. And then I put different clamps on the doors, which those are just window locks. They seem to work pretty good. They kind of like help shut the door and pressurize the door a little bit against the inside to help do a seal. It's going to be a fun part. You're going to hear a lot of grunting and groaning. I had measurements written down. Really? Thank you. I'm getting there. Slowly but surely. Probably more slowly than surely. I've got to do a little measuring here. "16 inches seems a little small." Okay, I'm going to come out to 18 inches. Okay, I'm going to have 18-inch depth. And length, I think I'm going to make it 24. Of course, this is 24. That ends up being about 26. Which that'll do the same thing. All my stuff is like 26. It's okay, I'm going to make that, I'll cut that at 24. I'll probably cut it at 20, 22 and a third. I'm looking for a piece of paper and I got it written down right here. So I want 18 inches of surface area lengthwise. So I'm going to cut my plywood is going to be 18 inches wide by 22, nah, 22 and a quarter. What's that third stuff? By 22 and a quarter. And what that'll do is that'll make, once I get all the sides and everything and all that in, that'll cover about a 24-inch wide by about, yeah, you know what? I'm going to do something else. 18 minus inch and a half, that'd be 16 and a half. 16 and a quarter. 3/4, no, 16 and a half. Then we'll make it 22 and a half. Okay, that's cool. I'll be here for a while. Hell, I may be here for an hour or two just trying to getting all my measurements done. Nope, there it is. I got it. I gotta go dig out a piece of plywood. I need to make 3 of those boogers. Unless I use what's left of that door for a base. That'd be pretty heavy. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to go ahead and use that door for a base. This way I might be able to cut back on my plywood usage, which doesn't matter. I'm getting low on it again. It's all little pieces. I'm going to have to make it's time for me to start making drawers and stuff like that. Okay, I got to open the other door. See, I originally wasn't going to stream, because of this running around and all this kind of stuff. But I figured, hey, you know what the heck? Do a little visiting, a little hello, hey, how you doing? How's life in the fast lane? Once I get all this done, I'm still going to have to cut some half-inch plywood for the backing. But I really won't know what I'm going to need in way of backing until I get this thing all put together. 1, 2, 3. Oh heck, I'm gonna need 4 of them. So I'm gonna need one for the top. Well, that's 18. That's 36, 37. Oh, I'll get I should get, oh heck, I'll be able to get 4 of them out of this. Man, I don't know if it's me getting older or what, but whew, these 3/4 inch pieces keep getting heavier and heavier. There it is. Ta-da! Okay. Ugh. So I ballpark it. I ballpark it to about 22 and a half. But I don't trust my measurements. So I go back. Man. Boy, that thing tore the heck up out of that blade. Oh yeah, here.
Okay. I went through almost a can of clear coat.
That's pretty close. Ugh. Been a long day. You might want to move that stuff. Okay, we're going to get noisy again. I know I'll move that over here because I know Jan is not going to want to see. Hey, wow, that's a nice picture of my finger thing. Let's do that. No, let's not do that. Let's do that one. That one looks a little better. Better shot at a cut. And you know what? I bet you can see it a heck of a lot better if I move that thing out of the way. Yep. Well, like that. Oh man, look at that. I'm getting artsy. All right, so I set that. I let it settle in a little bit, and I double check it just to make sure. Oh, cool. Watering the plants is fun. Jan was doing that earlier. I was thinking about doing it. I think. Oh, that was Jan that was talking. I heard the Pete. I thought that was Pete talking. Never mind. You know what? I will just be quiet and cut my plywood. I'm cutting plywood. Oh, they saw. Oh, good. Oh, good. They didn't see me doing this. Ugh. You know what's nice? I don't think they saw me doing all the grunting and groaning. Hey, somebody set that blade too high. You gotta remember to lower the blade. That better be 22 and a half. There's some facsimile there for. Oh man. Think I did this for a living. I'm gonna have to trim the edge off the other one too. So I'm gonna get 4 out of this sheet. I wonder if I should cut that one down anyway. Maybe not. Come on. Don't play with me now. Yeah. Oh, this saw is quiet. My old Craftsman was a lot louder than that saw, than that vacuum cleaner was. Rattling. Come on. Yeah, you know what though? The dust has been pretty bad. I actually went back to the old throat plate instead of the standard. I went back to the throat plate instead of the standard, or went back to the standard instead of my. Okay, I'll get this yet. I went back to my standard throat plate instead of my ZT because this one seems to pick a lot more of the dust up. Onesie twosie cuts, I don't worry about it too much. But man, I'll tell you what, you're doing these when you're sitting there and cutting all this stuff down like that, you get a lot of dust. All right, now that's 22 and a half. Now we're going to go to 16 and a half. Pete says hi.
Yeah, I said hi.
Jen says hi. I don't know what she's doing.
I think he just came back. I might have got him when he was out of the room.
That could be. Come on. That's the only thing that listens around here, this table saw. Even then, it doesn't listen all the time. Nick from McKinney was on earlier, and he's turning uh, magic wands out of cedar. Boy, I got some pretty looking cedar. He's using that. Oh, what the heck's that universal thing? I forgot the name of it now. He's using that. Do you remember what I call the name of that tool? That's a saw something. Anyway, he's got that modular tool, and he's got the bandsaw connected to it, and he's got a lathe to it, and that's pretty robust piece of equipment. You know, you could sit over here and watch. You wouldn't be in the picture. All right. More noise, more dust. This vacuum doesn't come across too loud, huh?
Oh, it's no.
I gave up on the music stuff. When you're shooting plywood, this particular cut is actually considered a cross cut because you're cutting because the lumber is wider than the length. Technically, you should be doing this with a T-square and a block so it won't twist. And this is one of these things that I don't have a T-square big enough, and I don't have a panel cutter. I probably need to build one, since most of the stuff that I build about all the same size. Bring it back here with little wheels to support it to bring it in. But it is just as easy. I cut it this way because I've been doing this for 500 million years. And there's a way to learn how to do it. And as long as you, after practice and getting hit in the nose a few times, you usually figure out how you can control this thing to keep it from kicking back. Of course, I'm going to say that, and it's going to knock me on my loop here. One, two. Yeah, I'll just do 4 of these. And then we get done with this, we're going to have all kinds of noise. So not only am I going to be using a table saw after that, I'm going to have to get out the air compressor. And then along come the compressor. Jan's got one of those step meters. What do they call that? That step meter you got? Your wristwatch? Figgy bin or whatever it is. She got one of them Footsbiggins. Well, whatever the heck it is. And it's so funny because now every evening she go, oh, well, I walked so many steps today. I got to go someplace and walk another 100 steps. You know what? With all this walking around this table saw that I do, I bet you I get pretty close to the same amount of steps she gets in a day. Now, I will admit, this is very far from fine furniture. It is very far from fine furniture. It's done. Did I freeze up? Did I freeze up? Oh, okay. I don't know. I was just asking. Okay. So what we're going to do now, I'm actually building this very similar to the way that I built the clamp rack. Except instead of going with the 4 angles, I don't know how the heck I'm going to do that. I'm going to end up, these are going to end up on the outside, stuck in with big mile long screws and a little glue here and there.
What are you building?
Huh?
What are you building?
I'm building that thing. Hey! I come apart. Alright, let's see. Did that come back? Oh, somebody stepped on my cord. Miss Jan. Uh-huh. It sure as that couldn't be me. I wouldn't do anything like that, now would I? Yeah, I think it's locked. Well, I think it's the camera more so than anything else. Let me see what happens when I change it. Yeah, the overhead camera's locked. Kiosk and pole cam. Yeah, I'm working. Hi. Okay. Is that one working? Okay. So we have got our overhead camera decided that it wanted to beat the dust. There we go. Oh, it even really focused. Wow. I'm impressed. I don't know. Okay, there we go. So we'll go ahead and I'm going to change that overhead camera around to where we're working, and the pole camera. I'm going to do a Bonzio or whatever. Oh man, who's that ugly mug in the bottom corner? Oh, oh, that's not a good one. Let's go to that one. Yeah, that's a better one. Okay, so I should have done these individually so this way I can see what I was adjusting at. Okay, there's that. And we twist that over a little bit. This way you get a maybe get a general understanding of what we're going on. Since I'm left-handed, we'll just go ahead and we'll put this one over here like that. Maybe, maybe get a little bit better. Who knows? Well, we'll see. While I'm here, I might as well get a slug of beer. Okay, it's not beer. It's bubbly stuff. I need this to cut sizes. I need, ugh, I need a couple of these. I'm gonna need a screw machine and a screw machine. And glue. Paintbrush or glue would be nice. But I don't think I can reach it, so we'll use fingers. A rag. Ugh. And then, and then, this classy, high-tech, high-speed hopefully I got some oil in it. Yep. Squirts all over the place. I bet I'm low on ammo. Yep. Air gun. One of these guys. Hey, thanks for the host, Mr. Brandon. Welcome to the land of noise. And it only gets noisier. But I think that's part of being a shop, huh? Who knows? Oh, look at that. We got a raid. Cool. We can defend. Type in exclamation point defend. There we go. There we go. Hiya, Jelly. How you doing? There we go. I've got to get one of those really fancy looking, what the heck they call that? So, this thing is still reading. Oh well. There we go. Thanks for hosting, Pete. Let me get back over here. I'm so confused. Really, I'm not confused. It could be worse. Hi, Johnny. How you doing? Welcome to the Two Dogs Barking Workshop. Today we are prepping to make a. We're going to make a stand or like a cabinet to hold all my 18-volt stuff, and I'm getting ready to fire up some nasty noise. Well, thanks for hosting there, Zepsia. Zepsia? I'm really bad at this. Thank you for the host. If you're wearing earphones, you better crank them down. Because you think we had noise before? You ain't seen nothing yet. Okay. I think I got it all. Maybe not. Fire in the hole. Because I work with such fantastic wood, and everything is always so accurate, I have found that it is best, first of all, to get that out of the way, it is best to go ahead. Are you seeing this? Sort of? Maybe if I bring this back a little bit and get a better. I'm running it high and running it low. Okay, there we go. It's always better just to go ahead and mark it and then cut them down. So you use your finger, which feels better than your eyes, like that. And then you slap your chest about 6-8 times and reach for a pencil. And you just mark it. I put an X over here. That's one. And then I'm going to take the other one. I'm going to do the top. Now, they're probably going to be exactly the same because this saw does cut pretty square. But this way here is actually a more accurate way to get the cuts. And I need to sharpen my pencil. And you know, I was just thinking about it. I got the kiosk cam on. That's probably a really good butt shot. Oh man. Oh, he said the B word. That's not cool. So, if I ever get this pencil sharpened, accuracy in cutting is where you get your, or cutting is probably where people lose their accuracy the most. They'll measure, everything will be real nice and everything, and they'll cut it and they'll go, oops, and it won't come out right. And a good way to cheat is to add a length. Do you see that? No, you're not seeing that. All right. Now you should be. Yeah. Up in the little one. Go ahead and add a piece to this. Now what this does is this helps me to support longer pieces. I can actually clamp a piece on here when I'm doing repetitive stuff to get the right length. But I can line myself up. Which one am I cutting off? Okay, I'm cutting off short edge. I want to make sure that I don't mess up here. Because that'd be a heck of a thing to be talking about this and then all of a sudden, oops. Alright. Okay, so what happens is that I'll line up the mark pretty close to even with that, the cut that's on here. And it'll give me a very accurate, well, if I use a thinner pencil, a more accurate cut to where they fit with minimal actions. And the other thing that's a good tip to do that I didn't do was to mark down which one these sticks go to. The other thing is that you lose, I don't know if you can see that, can you? Probably not. There's a cut in here. And so, depending on which side of the blade your piece is on, your mark is where that blade's going to cut. Of course, you can turn around and set it up so that you're cutting the blade is running right down the center of the mark. That usually doesn't happen. Normally what happens is you set it up so that you want to cut the mark that's closest to the end. See, there's a difference in length on these, and it's probably my measurements. But you want to get them so that they're, well, that one fit. Well, that's a first. Wow. No, see, that one missed it. I missed that one by a hair. Actually, I missed it by the width of a saw blade. When you measure, you want to measure so that the saw blade is going to cut at your mark. So that this way your distance is between your mark and the end that you want to use. And I'll tell you what, I'd rather cut it too long than too short. Although you can start out too long and end up too short, right? There it is. On the money. Yako Dako. Okay, there we go. Let me go ahead and attempt to keep my place clean. Well, and not clean as much as just, I try to keep the glue buildup to a low roar. Like I said, I got so much stuff moved around over here and packed and piled. I actually found a new one. These are some kind of plastic craft things. And they work pretty good for glue. Except you got to remember to pick them up when you're sanding. Because you can chew a hole in them. And don't do anything hot on it. But they were pretty cheap. I think Jan probably got them at a dollar store. And it helps keeps the glue from getting all over my workbench. It doesn't really matter. It just helps keep it cleaner. And then it doesn't stick so bad. Every once in a while you be messing around with stuff like that and you get glue on it and it'll stick. Now I don't have water here. So I have, well, I did have I used to have water here. And it was in a Coke bottle. Oh, looky. I do have water here. See? So you take a wet rag, and that helps to, I'm kind of breathing heavy over here. There, that's a little better. And what it does, it helps make it easier to clean this glue off. I use Titebond 3. No, I use Titebond 2, and I buy it by the gallon. And it usually I get almost a year out of it, which is nice. It ends up being a relatively inexpensive in the long run. And actually I'm getting low, so I'm gonna have to invest in some more of this stuff. And I'm a slob. Okay. Okay, so we got that in together like that. We got that all together like that, right? So what do? We are going to shoot some screws in it. But popping a few nails in, and hoping I didn't nail myself down, popping a few nails in it is a lot quicker to get everything put together and kind of formalized. And then we'll follow up and put a few screws in. The thing is, I don't want to put screws in the corners because that's when I'm going to run them big long screws, and I really don't want to have to fight with them when I'm assembling. I am actually thinking, which is scary because I'm thinking, that I may not put any kind of sides on these and make it more like an open kind of thing. Well, I'll tell you what, this is like the straightest board I've ever worked with. I just got that Hitachi nailer gunner, and I'll be honest with you, it worked pretty good. I am impressed. I don't think that those are long enough for that. I need to put a couple short pieces on. Use some of these short pieces to make some clamp racks or extra clamp stuff for my racks. See, nope. Nope, 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 nope. If I had a lathe, I can glue all these together and make a pine something. One of the nice features that was on that clamp rack that I made that I really hadn't thought about was that they made the shelves with these little lips on it, and it makes it a lot harder for stuff to fall off when it's open, like that clamp rack is when you're moving it around. And so I figured I might as well go ahead and do the same thing with this one and make it a little bit more open. Although I don't know, I'm kind of building this as I go along, so the jury's still kind of out on it. See you later, Iggy. Have a good one. And how come I didn't have uh-oh. Nobody's talking to me. Hello. Hey, who is talking to me? Let me see. That was funny. And not in a good way. Yeah, I guess I'm going out. Okay, good. I got output going out. Well, let's restart Stream Talker and see what happens. It's saving the settings. I'm saving the settings. Okay, so let's restart this bad boy and see what happens now. Come on. I just started it twice. Okay. Yeah, shut one down. Where's my second one? Okay, that's good. Hey, let's see if it works now. There we go. Now I can hear Pimples. Hello, Pimples. Yeah, sometimes it kind of like messes around. There we go. Good, good. I hope it's not too loud for you guys. I'm really sorry if it is, but oh well. Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, for some reason it just decided it didn't want to talk anymore. Stream Talker was not Stream Talkering. I gotta wait. I still can't run them both at the same time. I gotta wait for the air compressor to quit before I fire this up. That's okay. It's time for a quick refresher. Man, that's some cold stuff. Oh yeah, I try perfection. I try, but doesn't get there. That's for sure. Okay, there we go. Whoops, I missed that one. That's actually I don't I have a hard time just drinking plain water. So I use carbonated water, and I'll usually add just a real small amount of like either Coca-Cola or I use orange too, just for a little bit of flavor. But 99% of it is gassy water. I haven't had tea in a long time. Usually when it's hot out, all right. Usually when it's hot out, I try to stay away from tea until the evening when I go in the house, because it seems to kind of like dehydrate me a little bit. But that's just because I'm old and decrepit. Okay, maybe not old and decrepit, but I'm something and something. I know that. So I don't think I did the clamp rack on stream, did I? Yeah, I think this is for back there. Yeah. So this one should be for up here. We'll put the knot side down. Yeah. Okay. What rag? This is all shop stuff, so it's probably not the prettiest in the world. It's pretty functional. And a lot of the things that go into this go into furniture making. A lot of the furniture that I make is similar to this. Except I do maybe a little more fancy joinery and a lot more gluing and clamping. Maybe I'll pop the nails in. Sometimes I pop the nails in. It depends. Depends on who the fine furniture is for. Fine furniture, yeah, right. Who the furniture is for. Um, I don't use I don't use many nails when I'm doing my boxes though. All that is usually just clamping. Hey. I don't know. Did I mention this? I might have. Who knows? I have done. This is my second nailer. I just got this one. Yeah. Oh, Ignacio. Yeah. I think he was talking about it. He got his stuff together to cut it. That looks pretty nice too. That jig that he made. A universal all-in-one jig. I'm not very universal all-in-one. I have enough trouble keeping straight when I got the little names on it. This usually works really good. I don't know what's going on here. Everything's refusing to procrastinate today. Maybe that's because I'm on stream. That's usually the way it goes. There we go. One more time. This is a very simple concept, this tool. There it is. I'm not pulling hard enough on it. Yeah, and I'll swing around to show you. Okay. So, let me see if I can show you this. Let me do it over here where I can see. Okay. So this here is what it is just on one end there's a nail set, and on the other end is a pin punch, and in between is a spring. And you stretch the spring, and they hit, and the impact sets the nail, moves it around. Well, this is actually a lot more accurate and does a lot less damage usually than I don't like this one. This one seems just a hair long. Up. It's a lot harder to miss with that thing than it is when you're swinging a hammer. Man, it's just like a hair. Okay, so this is called boy, I would have used my sander for this, but I don't have my sander handy. It's all buried. There we go. They have a technical term for running back and forth to the saw like this. They call it creeping up. This way you creep up on the... That's a better fit. You creep up on the measurement so it's more accurate and fits better and does all kinds of other neat stuff like that. Which is a fancy way of saying the old man can't see as good as he used to, so he's got to cut this thing 3 or 4 times before he gets it right. So that's kind of end grain. I need a little more goo. Although it doesn't take as much glue as a lot of people think to do this. Oh, so anyway, I was telling a story about this. So I ended up having to buy a new nail gun because my Harbor Freight, which I've only had, I don't even think I've had it for a year. No, it's probably less than a year, uh, but real close to it. But it's also beyond the warranty, and I didn't buy the $5 extended warranty thing for it. So it was shooting nails all of a sudden, and none of them were penetrating. They were getting in, and I was beating them in with that nail set, and it got to the point I was like, nah, Jimmy's done playing with that stuff. So Jimmy broke down and begged for mercy and uh, offered to make some picket fences, and ended up getting a new pin gun. Hi, welcome back. How are you? Long time no see. How you been? I'm sitting here talking, and they're trying to figure out, who? What's he talking about? Jan's sitting here in a corner. She's hiding. She's incognito. Jan would be a really good moderator on that phone, except she doesn't know how to do any of the moderator stuff. She'll learn. Give her time. Not better watching this what?
Much easier to watch this in the air conditioning.
Oh, I bet. It's a little warm out here, maybe?
Yeah.
You know what, though? It's not as bad as some other days. It's been hundreds of degrees out here. Okay, I got that one. You know what? These sticks got some bow to them.
82 degrees.
How many 2 degrees?
82 degrees.
Really? New to me. Okay. More cutting and fitting. Boy, I got a scroogly line on this one. Using a square on a crooked board. What's wrong with that picture? Oh, wow. Excuse me.
What'd you do, cut them wrong?
I belched. Oh, man, these people, they've been getting butt shots all day. Let's move this in just a little bit. Yeah, this blade's shot. Here, I'm going to say that until I get another blade and get rid of this one. You going in? See ya. Have fun. Been nice knowing you. Have a nice weekend. Don't forget to write. Text messages are acceptable. She didn't hear that. Gee, I don't know. She might have. She was listening to me on the phone. Uh-oh. Okay, so nobody talked bad about Jan because she's listening on the phone. I know that for a fact. As boring as I am, she still listens. That's true wifely love. What the heck time is it anyway? Oh wow. I've been out here playing with this stuff since 7 o'clock this morning. And then it finally dawned on me, it's like, hey, I could be streaming this. People would actually sit there and tune into this for at least a couple seconds. I guess I'm supposed to have like all these games and stuff going on and people jumping up and down and everything like that. And it's like, nah, I don't have that energy, man. I'm sorry. The thing about woodworking, and I really believe that people don't. How can I put this? Yeah, that fit pretty good. How can I put this? The I guess I could call it the YouTube syndrome. A lot of people they will sit there and they will watch YouTube and they will see this guy get on there and show 3 or 4 things. Oh, you did this, I did this, I did this, I did this. And in 15 minutes, 18 minutes, they have got a beautiful piece of something. Okay? Some of them they'll say is more, it's more complicated or whatever, and so it'll be in 2 or 3 segments. But still, when you think about it, that project was done in the for most of the people, and for the most part, that people watch that most of those projects built anywhere between 15 minutes and an hour, maybe an hour and a half. Well, so now there's this false impression. Hey, there is this false impression that you could knock out stuff with woodworking very, very quickly. When, in all honesty, there's a bad part that popped the end off of it. Ugh. Ugh. In all honesty, that's not true. It takes a lot of time, a mundane, boring, repetitive, do this, do that, do this, do that. And Twitch is actually a little bit more honest about it. So, watching. Hey, how you doing, JP? So watching Twitch, I think is a more honest. Thank you for the follow, JP. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'd give you a shout out. Wait a minute. Let me get back over there. It gives a more realistic, I think Twitch gives a more realistic representation of woodworking at its best, worst, however you want to say it, at its honestest. There are guys that work on some of this really fine furniture. There's some of this stuff, these guys work on this stuff off and on for years. Look at, oh man, I can't think of his name now. I'm having old timers. Trying to remember his name. The guy that's doing the gargoyle. Look at how long he's been working on that gargoyle. It's been at least a couple weeks, few weeks. Even more than that, even I think. But it's a beautiful work of art. Very, very, very nice piece of artwork. Hey, if you want to see something else, you need a little different move angle to the camera or something like that, let me know. I'll move it around. I am making, we're going to be making, in case somebody is wondering, I am going to be making a it's going to be my 18 volts cabinet, and I want to build it similar. I'm going to build it similar to that in the little camera you'll see, to that stand there, to my clamp stand. Similar, not exact. I think I'm going to go up to about here. I'm going to make it straight. I'm not going to put the 7 degrees on it. I'm going to come about 30 inches with 3 shells. I may close them off, I may not. I haven't decided yet, but I'm going to close the back off. I'm going to come all the way here. And I'm going to put in the, just anchor it. Here, I put in a few French cleats so this way I can hang stuff on it. Put it on wheels. Hey, Doughboy, how are you? Thanks for the follow. That was a follow, wasn't it? I think. I don't know, I just saw some guy beating the heck out of somebody else. This is a real nice little addition. If you're using anything that's if you got like rolling shelving, building your cabinet there, your shelves, so you have a little lip, half an inch, 3/4, something like that. Oh, cool, thanks. Well, thank you for the follow. Nice of you to stop by. I know you're busy. Sunday's a rough day because everybody's trying to get stuff caught up. A lot of guys I know are trying to get out streaming. And I'm just babbling away here, you know. And in fact, I'm making noise. All kinds of noise. Let's wipe some of the glue off. I only got 2 more of these to go. Hope I got enough lumber. I'm real bad about building as I go. I have an idea in my mind of what I want. And I have an idea in my head and a few measurements. I start putting together and realize that the idea in my head may not have been that good an idea. So we modify it a little bit. And actually something comes out that's halfway decent. And then I'm so surprised. And my wife says, my most beautiful and loving wife, Jan, will say, see? It's great. And at first I thought she was saying it because she was just being nice. But there are other people that have said that I do halfway decent work too. So it's like, oh, okay, cool. But see, those people, most of those people, they're watching this on the tube. And you know, you don't know. I might be doing what NASA did when they did the moonwalk and everything. You know, they might be this might be a simulation or something. And what you're seeing really isn't true. And you know what? I babble to myself like this even when I'm. Well, this thing seems kind of weak. Must be me. Even when I'm here by myself. Because, yes, putting all this stuff together like this is boring to me too. Actually, it's not, but I don't know why. There we go. That's true. You know, I probably should have done the same thing. Actually, no, I'm not too bad. But I am starting to get a little tired probably. Been doing this a long time today. That come out pretty nice. That's only too bad. I'm really surprised. I cut this stuff down like that and you sand it down. I run a round over on it before I put it together and it'll come out looking pretty good. Oh, really? Oh, that stinks. When I got downsized, I bought two of the workstations that they had. This is going back a lot of years. Oh, really? But that's okay. You know what? We'll be there. We'll be looking for you. I'm always looking. I'm gonna stop and take a little break. I'm not going anywhere. So just keep talking, and I will babble. That's a good idea. That's a pretty good idea. Yeah, that's a good idea. I do it inside. Yeah. Yeah, the materials are the hardest part. Getting everything assimilated. I got all this scrap, and I decided I was going to do this. I was going to do it basically with all one by twos, and realized that I probably wouldn't have enough. Ooh, that's nice. That stuff's not cheap. You know, you see a lot of people. There's a lot of projects that people are doing that have that. And man, I'll tell you, that kind of that stuff's kind of steep. Yeah, that's not bad. Really, the plywood ain't. 2 weeks ago, I've already gone through most of it, so that's been about maybe 3 weeks ago. I bought 4 pieces. Oh yeah. Hey Jan, are you inside? Because you could probably put a link up on that somewhere. Because I probably got it on. Well, that ain't too bad. No, that's not too bad at all. I'm probably gonna have about $40. No, it'll be more than that because I just use a quarter sheet. That's 18. I'm gonna probably have about 50 bucks in this one cabinet. But I've been cutting lumber down so doggone thin out of it. That's a nice light. That's real good light. We got You know what? I'm going to shine this at this, and you're not going to be able to see it because it's so bright. And I can't turn it off. Oh, no, that ain't too bad. That light there cost me the cost of the light bulb. That's, I think it's 60 watt. No. Yeah, I think that's a 60 watt equivalent. And that's 5,000 K. And what I did was I took an old lamp, stand-up lamp, and I just cut a piece of it off and I dropped it down so that it would go in between the doors. And it's got a bare light, but it covers everything. I put one of those out of another old lamp that we had up over the top of the laundry area with those two and the LED lamp that I got there, and then this one here I kind of like swing around from time to time. That's more for me to see. I usually have more than enough light for streaming. You get some shadows every once in a while. But what got me, or what hit me, is that when we first started this, I was doing YouTube, and I couldn't get enough light with those action cams. So I bought two LED work lights. Huskies, they had them on clearance or something like that for they're about $100 a piece. And those things, they were great until I put the extra lights up. The only thing is they got a lot of shadow. But they worked real good for doing YouTubing. The lamps that are used, or the cameras that go on this computer, what do they call them, webcams, they're a little bit more low light sensitive, or low light, or they work better in low light. And so when I fire those big LEDs up, it just washes everything out. Which is too bad, because there's some nice lights. At night, I can light this place up like daylight. There's a lot to this place. I'm already thinking about it now. And all it's kind of pretty much temporary. This way, if we ever have to move out, I can start pulling wires down to be able to take it off. Yeah, landlord have to fill some holes, but hey, couple tubes of caulking, he'll be good to go. If you saw what this place looked like when I walked in here, I don't even think they'd use a tubing. They just leave it like it is. But well, what are you gonna do? I don't know who put this up, but they put this. It's probably about 1/4 inch, like a panel, and it's got melamine. I guess it's it's some kind of white plastic on it. And geez, bad to worse. That white plastic, it reflects, but it reflects more. It's more like glare than it actually brightens up the place, which is kind of surprising. I figured that it would have made for a much brighter looking deal.